I got to go back to. Oh, hey, Instagram, it's me, T, from the Patterson's taking the train to Tibet. Oh, this is a Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, that's right. I think it's a Tuesday, which means this is a U.S. politics. Well, U.S. day, right? Because Mondays is Me Day, Tuesdays is U.S. Day, Wednesdays is International, whatever, World Day. Thursdays is Audio Drama Day. Fridays is what I missed during the week, or some week, something about the week wrap up, something like Saturdays, whatever comes to mind day. Sundays is Reading Day. That's right. That's my schedule. Just the commentaries at night. In the mornings I do something else. Then you get the Grand Rising report, and sometimes I post what I'm eating. I didn't do it this morning. Sorry about that, because I was busy. I had to get to my whatever guy. I did post some other stuff today, what I was doing. Anyway, let's get to the point. This is really exhausting. I thought I wouldn't be. Okay, we got to talk. No, we got to talk about. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I'm just going to say Trump. Okay, no, don't, whatever. I'm going to say yet again. I know I got to say it. It's going to be again and again and again and again. Trump is smarter than you. Okay, I know you don't want to hear that, but he is. Raised by gangsters, including, hey, know what you say, Roy Cohn's still a gangster, right? I don't know. Went to smart schools, had to hang out with all that stuff, right? But you too busy. And here's what he's doing right now. You're bathing in his backwash. He do something, you react to it. He do something over there, another fraction react. There's another fraction, got you in a tizzy. He's spinning like, huh? Look, let me tell you a little bit about my perception. My perception of Donald Trump. First of all, he's a master troll. Case in point, right? Everybody knows, well, not everybody. A lot of people know white man can't dance. Okay, great. But what does he do? He gets out there just like any African leader. You know what African leaders do, or at least in South Africa. First they come up. I met Kenneth Kaunda, right? And the first thing he sing, and then he makes a speech. You know what I mean? Zuma, even Madiba, Clante, I don't even know if he did anything. I don't even know if Becky did anything. Anyway, Izumi, anyway, so Donald Trump had this dance, but he was dancing. He wasn't like, did you see anything with AOC and that other character from Brooklyn when they lost the race, when they was up there in the Bronx, jumping around the stage, looking like fools? Donald Trump looking like a fool, he doing like that, and the dance catch on, right? But here's the troll part. I don't know why anybody missed it. He uses, the YMCA, that's the Village People. What's the Village People? It was a band that was just put together. The black guy, he was they had his voice. He was the guy. And he was just, I guess, a straight black guy, whatever. But they wanted to build that, they had to go out. They had to go out and get a band. So they went to a gay bar or whatever, and they recruited all these like gay guys in the band. So the YMCA, think about YMCA, what the men, but anyway. So Donald Trump is using a gay male thing as his theme. His people are going after it. Nobody's saying anything about it. The ultimate trolling. He puts it right in front of your face. I'll go like, what's going on here? Why don't? Meanwhile, you call him all kinds of names. He's this and he's that. He's that. Look. If you grew up in New York when Donald Trump, when I grew up, he's a little old. He's older than I am, but not even whatever, less than 10 years older than I am. A famous thing when we was growing up was like, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never harm me. You can call all the names you want. They might not even stick. Okay, let me leave that alone. I'm gonna get back to it, but let me something else. I said before that. I met Chappie James. Chappie James was the first black guy in the Air Force general. I met him when he was a colonel because I was at there was a function at the Colorado, whatever, Colorado Springs, with the Air Force Academy or something like that, and a bunch of us airmen at the time. This was like '73, somewhere there, and then we all was there for some reason, and then he called us all together, the black airmen, right? It was a lot of us, because this was a big. Yeah, I remember we was in like a lunchroom, yeah, and you know what he told us? Remember, he's a colonel. He had no notion of being a general or nothing like that. He said that because somebody asked him, when you retire, what you going to do? He said, I'm going to Africa to train pilots. This is what the man said. I heard it with my own ears. I'm telling you, I was in the room, right? That's one thing he said. But then he did little long-ranging things. One of the things he said, his father always told him, because remember, this is '73, not far out of segregation or whatever we was going through at that point. But before the real prison industrial complex really kicked in, right? So he said his father said, because it was a whole big thing. If somebody call you nigger, then you would go crazy. In fact, you could throw the nigger bomb in a crowd, and all of a sudden the peaceful meeting would just. It was like the ultimate whatever. So he said his father told him one time that those people calling you nigger when you going by, one of these days you at the same street you'll be in a car and in a big limousine, whatever he said, and when they go back, all you have to do is roll up the windows and you won't hear it. This is what General Daniel Chappie James, the last guy to hold the nuclear, that could press the nuclear button. Don't worry about it. Okay, what I'm trying to say to you, there's some people that's built differently that you don't understand, because you are not built like them. You are built to respond, to call names, you can't be playing the dozens with a gangster. How are you going to play the dozens with a gangster? Tell me. Okay, I said all that just to say, I got to change hats. Just a second, I got to change headgear, because now I'm going to get into what I want to say about it. Because remember, this is U.S. politics. And what's he doing? He's doing stuff like getting rid of USAID. They say USAID or something. People think it's aid. No, it's the USA agency. It's like international development or something like that. It's like it's a CIA front. When I was in Cape Town, next to the office, next to whatever, the guy with the black guy, he was funded. It said USAID. It's all over Africa. USAID. Everybody thinks it's aid. They give us money. No, they give you. They find out. They do this to find out who's who, and they protect and then put the island. That's why. What's my man? That was the president of. He got kicked out, but Jerry Rome. Anyway, he was friends with I met him too. Anyway, he's the one that said, no, these NGOs got to go, because they're all, if you're funded, you pay the piper to who you're funded to, okay? Oh, now I'm getting off to Africa right now. Just a second, I have to change hats. I'm coming right back. Don't go to the place. I just changed hats because now I'm looking like a street guy, Tupac. Let me put on my goon hat. Green on one side, that's green in there. Black on the other side, a little bit of red, that's Ogun. And plus, the three cats. The three cats. Think about that. The Burkina Faso guy got the red tan. My man, the Mali guy, got the green tan, and the Niger guy got the brown tan. Now that's what you call a triumphant. That's all you need. What you need is you need to find a group. You need to have a group. I say, no, 3, no more than, extreme would be 5. You're in a group. And those are people you trust. Those are people, hey, look, if one of those people stab you in the back, well, that's too bad. That's too bad. And then you form your thing around that. And people, okay, let me go back. So some people, either you react to the Donald, right, or the Donald got you. The Donald is your, what we call commander-in-chief. You follow me? He's your commander-in-chief. Now I don't really want to talk to black people like that. I want to talk, when I travel the world, I find people who have that, they could be any stripe. I mean, I'm in India right now. I've met people, They can be any stripe, any whatever. No, I'm leaving women out of this. Don't worry about that part. It could be women too. But what they are, they have that Ogun, that warrior kind of thing, right? And sometimes, some places I've been, I'm walking down in Laos, you know what I mean? Somebody look at me, you can see in their eyes, say, hey, if the thing goes down now, I'm with you. That kind of thing. You won't know unless you travel, and most of y'all don't do travel. You go to Jamaica and whatever. And when somebody says, oh, I'm a Maroon, whatever they say, and then you believe them, whatever it is, right? And that's cool. So I'm not saying it's not cool, right? But the thing is this: choose your commander-in-chief, and it can't be a bunch of people. One commander-in-chief, right? Now, my commander-in-chief is Commander Ibrahim. That's what I call him. I know it's Captain Turner. And whatever he say, he's your commander-in-chief. You do. You don't question. You do. You do what your commander-in-chief say, which means you got to pick the person that you're going to listen to. And I'm talking about a person that's going to inform me. Like, for instance, I'm an acolyte of Mr. Needle Fuller Jr., but he's not my commander-in-chief. He give me information. Most of it I take, or I filter it out, but he's not my commander-in-chief. You see what I'm saying? So, and I've said this before, that how you can tell, it's like, it was just a World War I term. They had like, trenches called foxholes, right? Who, and remember, the bombs are coming, the gas is coming, people come with bayonets killing you and stuff like that. Who would you want to be in a foxhole with? That's your question. Now I'm going to pick it obviously because everybody jumps on him. You want to be in a foxhole with Roland Martin, who dances, who teaches Hillary Clinton the Dougie, while Hillary and Bubba and their foundation is beating up on his people, his Haitian people, and they've been doing it for years? You're going to be in the trench with that cat? Think about this. Your main question, who are the two other, on either side? This is you, and on either side, who in that trench, in that foxhole, are you going to be with the trust that they got your back? That's the only question you have right now. Because we're at a point right now, look, we're at war. We've been at war. But people are manly pamming around and calling people names and trolling and all that stuff and not getting down. I'm not saying you can't troll, have fun. I have fun all the time. I have fun all the time. You know what I do? I do what I do. I do these posts here, but nobody listens to you, that's right. But in the comment section, I get someone, and I write precise comments, and I'm always, it's precise. I'm a good comment, like, and sooner or later this stuff's gonna bubble up through. That's what I'm hoping. See, and then I won't say time on my side, but I'm going like the timeline. I say, even if you can't hear it today, if you don't hear a word I say, right? Maybe in 5 years, somebody else is going to say, hey, let me look up this guy. And then you're going to see, oh, you're going to see that through line. What is your through line? Which gets to the point I'm trying to say. The first thing you have to do before you pick, who's in the foxhole with you or your commander-in-chief, you have to find out who you are. Which means you have to dig deep into yourself. You have to find out your through line. You have to find if you're worthy to be in the battle. And again, it doesn't matter your sexuality, whatever have you, your worthiness. I don't know if I'm getting through. Don't worry, we got weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks to sort this out. But right now, my grandmother say ignore it. If you think Donald Trump is ignorant, then why you responded to him? My grandmother say, ignore the ignorant. Ignore him. If you think like that Donald Trump is a troll, you say, hey, good entertainment. I don't have to spend time, being entertained by a troll. He gonna do what he gonna do. He's I was listening to Whitney Webb. Oh, Whitney. Yeah, that's her name, Whitney Webb. She, again, there's the other thing. Who are you gonna listen to? Who's your information sources? Now, Whitney Webb is something very right because she studies all this stuff. She's not right. She's a researcher. I'm into researchers, right? And what she says is that if you look at the drug administration, whatever it is, that they put Robert Kennedy Jr. in charge trying to get him through, right? Okay, everybody's focused on Robert Kennedy, and they're going to exhaust themselves and finally lose. But who's Donald Trump putting in as his assistants, as the people behind it, the power behind the throne? These people are bad. They're So you get in the fight and say, meanwhile, he might get 2 or 3 deep people that is worse than worse, you know. Think how this all stuff when Kamala Harris was running, right, and against Trump. First thing I said, oh, both parties, all they're doing is they're auditioning. They're going whoever they go put in the next, whoever they want to be next to carry on the banner. That's who you got to pay attention to. And so Harris picked some, I don't know, some cat, some weirdo. You know what I mean? Of course they lost. But who did Trump pick? J.D. Vance. And some people, but J.D. Vance is worse than Trump. Well, duh. He gonna be the stand. He not work. Look, this is exhausting trying to get you to understand. You have to look at the power behind the throne. This is your move. Now forget this chess checkers thing. There's a throne. I don't know, wherever it is. There's the power behind the throne. Let's call it J.D. Vance. Then there's the power behind the throne. Who is Vance putting in place? There's the throne, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Then there's the power behind the throne, this Odell guy, whoever the next guy is. Then there's this whole staff behind them. You're looking at the troops. You're looking at the dedicated things. That's what you're looking at. So stop this calling names. Stop this. Oh, I shouldn't tell you to stop because you ain't going to stop. I'm not listening to that guy. What did he know? Look, Ogun is also the architect. Architect meaning he looks at cycles, looks at trends, whatever it is, and knows where to go next. So I'm talking I'm not talking as Ogun as the warrior. I'm not talking about Ogun as a medic, because he's in the medical field. I'm talking Ogun as a strategist. Strategist, the person that identifies the strategy, and if you can identify the paths, then you know what to do next. Then as a warrior, you know what to do. All right? Okay, that's enough. I'm through. But I'm telling you, there's stuff happening in Africa. Pay attention to Africa. Oh, one last thing. A lot of you people saying, oh, I want to go to Africa. Why? What's your purpose? When I first came here 20 years ago, anyway, I met this guy, white guy. He's running the business. And he's, what you doing? I'm telling him what I'm doing. He said, oh, so you're not here to, you're not taking anything. You're giving. Then he basically said, you're foolish. He said, I'm here taking. That's what, in so many words that he was saying. So if you come here because, oh, I'm going to take my middle class lifestyle, my whatever, and I'm going to start this, I'm going to start that, I'm going to live in a gated community, whatever you're going to do, right? Well, you can do that, whatever. Right. In fact, I'm going to talk about that some other time because there's a whole mindset. But I'm telling you, man, we in the front of the battle here. This is the front line. If you ain't, it's like the people the people who came to America after the '60s, right? And they come and they started supporting the colonizers, the people that subjugated the black people that put stuff in place. They didn't come to help the liberation. They come to help the colonizer, the whatever, the power, to further subjugate the thing. Well, if you come to Africa to further subjugate, to further the agenda of the colonizer that left, because you're going to replace the colonizer. Wrong. You might as well stay or go back to wherever you came that has that mentality. That's all I got to say. Got to go.